So we will go ahead and get started. My name is David Riley, the Senior Coordinator for New Student Programs. Excited to have you all join us tonight for the final installment of our post-summer welcome webinar series here. Tonight's topic, exploring majors, careers, and student employment. Joining us are representatives from the Career Center here at the university. Before they introduce themselves, we've got just a couple of little kind of housekeeping notes. One, this is a webinar format, so if you can't see yourself or anyone other than the presenters, don't worry. That means things are working just as they should. We have disabled the chat function for tonight, but the Q&A function is available. So as we're going through the presentation, if you have questions that you would like to submit and ask, you can do so. Just click on that Q&A button and send those in to us. And tonight's webinar is being recorded and will be available probably later tomorrow on the New Student Programs website, newstudent.missouri.edu. Just go to the resources tab and select webinars, and you'll be able to view either tonight's webinar or any of the other previous 5 webinars that we have done as a part of this series. And so with that said, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to my colleagues from the Career Center. And I'd like to introduce to you Craig Benson. Craig is the Interim Director of the Career Center. Craig.
All right, thank you, Dave. Welcome. We are very excited to have you here and be able to talk with you about exploring majors, careers, and student employment. The University of Missouri has wonderful resources and staff available to help you with any of these things. And so to start with, I'll say that we get to do this webinar with some wonderful staff from the Career Center. I'm joined by Amanda Purchase Roberts, who is our Senior Manager of Student Employment Office, and Laura Piter. Amanda will be presenting on the second half of the presentation today, and Laura will be replying back to the Q&A function. She'll be working with you if you have any questions as we go along through this. Very excited to have you both with us and excited to share what we have with all of you. And we're here to help you, and our goals tonight are to help you with these 4 things. First one up is to help you navigate the career services at Mizzou. There are several different offices available to you at Mizzou to help you with career development and career services. We'll go through those. We'll explore some different ways that you can research majors and careers. We will then talk a little bit about how to search for part-time and on-campus jobs. And we're going to end with some resources, learn about some online resources that you have available to you wherever you are, as long as you have internet access. And so then we'll start with career services and talking about the way that career services are structured at MU. We are all from the MU Career Center tonight. The MU Career Center is the home for major and career exploration, as well as student employment and work study at Mizzou. There are people available to help with questions that you have most of the time. Actually, starting next Thursday, we will have drop-in services available, as well as appointments from Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 through the rest of the semester. We're available in person in the lower level of the Student Success Center or via Zoom. So you have a lot of options to connect with one of us. And if you are a student who's new to Mizzou, feel free to go to career.missouri.edu/new to Mizzou. And a lot of the resources that we're talking about tonight are going to be available through that link. So great resources that you can access once again from where you are. We are a part of, the Mizzou Career Center, the MU Career Center is a great place. Let's learn a little bit more about that from this video.
Welcome to Mizzou. We are excited you are attending. The MU Career Center is here to help if you have questions like, where can I find a part-time job while I'm a student at Mizzou? I qualify for work study funding. Where do I start? Can I have someone help me with my resume and interview? What if I'm unsure about my major? If you have any of these questions, the MU Career Center offers resources to help students search for jobs and explore majors and careers. To get started, we have created a landing page for incoming students called New to Mizzou, found at career.missouri.edu/new to Mizzou. This page provides quick links for work study, part-time employment, preparing for employment, and career and major exploration resources. Career specialists are excited to connect with you on a drop-in basis or by appointment Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., either online via Zoom or in person, located on the lower level of the Student Success Center. Once again, get started at career.missouri.edu/new to Mizzou, and the MU Career Center looks forward to connecting with you. Welcome.
In addition to the MU Career Center, I mentioned that there's other career offices available as well. See on the left-hand side there that there are a number of academic units across the campus that have an additional career office available to you. So as you look at Mizzou and where you want to get your help from, start with us, start with your academic unit. We'll be able to help you find the best place to go to and who to connect with to get the best career services that you can. If you want to look online and see what offices are available to you, go to hiremizzoutigers.com and look at the top for campus career offices, a link there that'll help you get to a list of different career offices across the campus. So let's talk a little bit more about major and career exploration. We've kind of looked at some of the places that you have available to you at Mizzou. This is one that's specifically something that we offer out of our career office in the Student Success Center. And this might be applicable to you if you are looking at different different majors that might be available at MU. But all of us, including all the family members that are on this call, we can all learn a little bit more about what kinds of occupations are available out there. So the career exploration part of this in an ever-changing world of work is especially relevant. Our tips for getting started and exploring majors and careers are these 5 things, and we'll go over them quickly and then come back and talk about each one. One, consider that there's a lot of different pieces to keep in mind when you're exploring majors and career. 2 is that reflection is really important. Taking some time to learn about yourself, do some self-reflection, and we'll show you some tools on how to do that. 3, there are a lot of different tools available to you also to research majors and careers, and we'll show you a couple of very important ones tonight. 4, it's helpful to connect with different resources that are available to you at Mizzou. We'll give you some recommendations on that. And 5, the one that we're going to spend a little bit longer time on is experience. Obviously, if you get experience in something, you'll be able to clarify if your career choices are correct. You'll be able to network with people, but you'll also be able to build the kind of skills and experience that you need to be competitive in today's job market. So we'll come back to that and show you some different ways that you can get experience at Mizzou as well. Go back to number 1, considerations. Major and career are big decisions. We don't want you to be paralyzed by that, but we do want you to take some time and consider that there are a lot of different factors that might go into decisions that you're making about what you want to major in or what you want to do after you graduate. And it's not just about picking your first job. There may be a lot of different career paths that you could go down. You're going to pick one thing after you graduate, then you're going to move on from there. It's going to be a constant process of figuring out what the next step is. The nice thing is that while you're at Mizzou, we'll be able to help you figure out how to make those choices, those decisions, so that each time you're moving on to the next chapter of your life, you have some ways that you already have in your pocket about how to make that choice. Because you're not alone. There are a lot of people at Mizzou, as I mentioned before, that are ready to help you with these decisions, help you to build the skills that you need to get there. And there's not one definition of success. That's one of the great things that you'll get to do in college is figure out what success looks like for you, what a great life will be for you. We're excited for you to have that journey. Second thing that I said that we would talk about is reflection. And I mentioned a couple of tools that are available to you. One of them is called Focus 2. It's a free online career self-assessment that helps look at your interests, your values, your skills, and more, and connect those with career occupations and majors that might be available to you in the future. And we encourage you to go and take a look at Focus 2. You can take it online and then come and talk with us about your results afterwards, and we can help you figure out a little bit more about what that means. Another career self-assessment that we really enjoy is called Clifton Strengths, help you understand a little bit more about your talent themes, your gifts, what things make you excited and motivated, ways that your brain naturally thinks, acts, and feels. We're excited to be able to offer Clifton Strengths to you, and we'd be happy to talk to you about your results there as well. The third thing that I mentioned in that list was researching different occupations and careers, and there's a number of tools available for you to do that. 4 that I'll highlight really quickly. 1, majors.missouri.edu. It's a list of all majors at Mizzou, including minors and certificates as well. You can do an advanced search on that page and look at majors that are related to each other, minors that you might be able to add into your academic plan, and have links available from each one of those to the academic department that they're in, the catalog page that might describe the 4-year plan, and more information about what you can do with that major, common career paths for them. What can I do with a major in is another great resource for you. As you look at each major on campus, there are a number of different things that you can do with that major. You get a degree in it, your possibilities are virtually endless with many of them. You may not know about all the different possibilities that exist, but if you go to that resource, we'll give you a link to get there in a little bit, you can search more for what types of possibilities are available to you. The third one on that list is My Next Move. It's part of ONET. ONET and My Next Move are free resources that are available to you to help you understand what occupations are out there. Learn a little bit more about those and see how they might be a good fit or not a good fit for you. We encourage you to explore occupations by looking at something like that. And another way to look at occupations and majors is a tool we have called Candid Career. You can actually watch videos of people talking about the job that they're in currently, search for them based on the major that you're interested in or the industry that you want to go into, or alphabetically, and learn more about how they would describe their own job, hear it from their own words. It's a great tool. So the fourth way that we recommend that you explore majors and careers is by connecting with the various resources at Mizzou. The MU Career Center staff we mentioned, we're here to help, as well as the other career services offices are on campus. There's also a place called the Discovery Center, and we'll show you a video in just a second so that you can understand a little bit more about what they do. They're the home of exploring students on campus and the academic advisors that work with them. There's also faculty and academic advisors across Mizzou that are ready to help you, very excited to get to know you and learn a little bit more about your goals and aspirations, help you figure out ways to get there. I also put two classes down at the bottom of this list. One is the SSC 1150 Discover class. Now that is a class that's taught out of the Discovery Center and in collaboration with the Career Center, particularly for exploring students who are in their first year. And if you're an exploring student, you might get an invitation to take that class, or you might have already signed up for it. We also have a class called SSC 2100 Career Explorations. It's a 1 credit hour class that's taught by people in our office in the Career Center. And if you're exploring majors or careers and you're not quite sure what you want to do, we highly recommend that you look into that course as an option. I mentioned that we would talk a little bit more about the Discovery Center. The Discovery Center, once again, advisors that meet with exploring students, and they help them develop, as it says here, academic, career, and life goals. You can see the website there, this discoverycenter.missouri.edu. Wonderful colleagues of ours. We work in the same building. They're just 1 floor away from us. And let's watch a short video about the Discovery Center.
The University of Missouri has more than 300 degree programs. That's a lot. The Discovery Center will help you explore options and find the right fit for you. Students who intentionally explore different pathways are more confident in their choices and make fewer changes to their majors than those who don't. Our advisors work with you to find a fit that balances your interests, values, and abilities. As an exploring student, you can discover majors and careers in multiple ways. Take introductory major courses or major and career exploration courses, complete career assessments, participate in experiential learning known as the Missouri Method, or engage in academic advising and career coaching. Together, we'll develop your academic, career, and life goals.
Once again, this partnership of the Career Center and the Discovery Center, we're here to help you if you are exploring majors and careers. And that brings us to our last tip for exploring majors and careers, and that's to gain experience. Once again, gaining experience, great way to be competitive in today's job market, but it's also a wonderful way for you to explore different options that are out there. None of us know all of the different career options that are available to us, but we can get a taste of some of those by doing things like academically, doing service learning, or participating in undergraduate research. It's available to students across campus. Study abroad opportunities are available to you as well. And there are a number of courses that you can take that are considered to be exploratory, trying out different majors or trying out different disciplines. From the involvement side, you can get involved in student organizations, you can do volunteer work or community service. There are a lot of different ways that you can get involved at Mizzou, and those can be both helpful to you in your career future, but also help you decide as you move along. And then on that employment column on the right, we listed internships, a wonderful way to get even deeper involvement with a company or organization and give them a chance to get to know your work ethic as well as part-time jobs and work-study jobs, which is what we're going to turn to next. So I'm going to turn the microphone over to Amanda Purchase Roberts, once again, our a senior manager of the Student Employment Office, and she's going to help you explore the student employment and work study options available at Mizzou.
Thank you, Craig. So as Craig mentioned, student employment is one of the many experiences to gain skills. And also we know that many of you may be looking towards student employment and work study as an opportunity for financial support. So we did want to make sure to provide some information about similarities and differences between the two types of employment. So with part-time employment, meaning not part of the work study program, any student can apply. You do not have to qualify to work on campus. You're going to utilize Handshake, which is our job posting site. It's called hiremizzoutigers.com is where you're going to find Handshake. You are encouraged to apply to several positions, just like you would as a regular job search. And the number of hours that you're going to work is based on the position. So for example, there may be a position that is posted for you to work 15 hours a week. Typically, students are going to work between 10 and 12 hours weekly, and you can work up to 20 hours if needed. Our minimum wage here in Missouri is $11.15 an hour. And so that's what you're typically going to see for part-time positions on campus. However, some employers do pay a little bit more, and you will get paid bi-weekly. MU utilizes direct deposit. So when you sign up for payroll, you'll also provide a banking account information in order to receive your pay. For federal work study, this works a little bit differently. So you must qualify for federal work study in order to search for positions on our work study employment system. You will apply for only one position and you'll be connected to that job unless you are released from the position, if you're no longer interested in it, or it doesn't fit with your schedule or isn't a good match. You will work up to the offer amount or as close to it as possible. So that means that's typically going to be about 5 to 6 hours weekly if your federal work study offer is $2,000 for the academic year. Similar to non-work study positions, the minimum is $11.15 an hour. Some employers do offer more, and it's bi-weekly pay. Once again, the pay would be deposited into a bank account of your choice. It is definitely a real job. You do work in order to earn the pay. And there's a lot of great opportunities that we'll talk about in just a second. I will share with you that one of the benefits of working on campus, regardless if it's part-time employment or federal work study, is that supervisors cannot schedule you to work during your class times. So it's a very supportive environment and it's really helpful for a flexible schedule with your academic course loads. So I can share with you some additional benefits about working on campus. However, we would like for you to hear from our student employee. So Craig is going to go ahead and show a video at this time.
Hey Tigers, welcome aboard. We are so excited for you to join our team. You are now a part of a huge network of other student employees learning career readiness skills. From campus dining staff to teaching assistants to residential life employees to researchers, student employees touch every aspect of the Mizzou student experience. Your role adds to the success of MU, and to say the least, we couldn't do this without you.
What I will take with me from Mizzou is the amazing connections that I have met. Mizzou has really set me up for success.
I believe that Mizzou has a really family-first mentality and really cares about their workers, and they care about the students overall.
Throughout my work as a student staff member, I have been able to meet a lot of upperclassmen and become friends with them and hear their stories about what they've done.
2 of my roommates I live with right now, I met through Baja Grill, which has been super awesome.
They have put people in places and leadership positions that's going to allow you to do your job effectively, to do your job the right way.
They want to assure that when you leave them, you're a much more marketable, much more knowledgeable individual than when you got there. And I think that is, I can't express how special that is, because I don't think I'll ever work in an environment again where they cared so much about developments that they weren't going to see any return on, but I would.
Any student employee job could just be another job for you to make money and move on. But if you really invest yourself within the job and the experience, you're going to take away so many more hard skills and soft skills.
Being a student employee has been the best job I've ever had. You know, I've worked a lot of jobs throughout high school and other areas of my life, and being a student staff has been the best one.
As a student and as a student employee, we believe you embody each of Mizzou's values: respect, responsibility, discovery, and excellence. We see your potential and we want to help you along your path to a bright future. At your new position within you will learn transferable skills that you will take with you after graduation. We are committed to making this a valuable work experience that will build the skills you'll use for the rest of your life. We are always here to support you. We can't wait to see the ways you make Mizzou a better place.
So you heard from our students that they're gaining valuable skills and connections to campus through their work. And we often are asked what types of positions are available. So I'll share with you just a sampling of opportunities students experience here on campus and through the work study program. So we have students working in roles and with administrators and human resources and finance. We have students who are assisting with merchandising and sales at our bookstores and athletic events. We have students involved in social media and marketing. Actually, the video that you just watched was created by a student employee. We also have students using creativity in roles such as graphic design and working in the floral shop on campus called Tiger Garden. We also have students who work in campus dining and they answer questions for student financial aid utilizing customer service skills. And then we also have students who work as tutors in our public schools through the Jumpstart program. And we also have students that educate peers on campus through presentations. We have students who are engaged in research in several labs across campus and through agriculture. We also have students gaining experience in engineering and landscaping with hands-on work in MU operations. In addition, we also have students that are assisting with IT, doing troubleshooting and assisting with updating websites. So these are just some opportunities that we have available on hiremizzoutigers.com as well as through the work study program. And a lot of times we get questions about what is the process to apply. So first, I'll talk about work study. So to apply for the work study positions, you will first need to accept the federal work study offer on your financial aid letter in Mizzou. After you have accepted it, then you're going to want to wait about 48 hours before you'll have access to the work study employment system. You will be able to search for positions based on where you want to work. So you could search based on interest or based on an employer. If you're looking at specific interests, you may want to type in keywords such as marketing or research. Once you have a listing of jobs available based on what you selected to filter, there's going to be a listing of job numbers, and you're going to want to click on a job number to review the job descriptions and apply for the position that interests you the most. The key here is that you will apply for one job. So only click the Apply Now button if you're certain that's the position that you want to be connected to. Once you do that, you'll receive an application form that will be emailed to you with instructions. Sometimes those instructions ask you to contact the supervisor to set up an interview or to submit a resume. And the last thing that I will share with you is that we sometimes get the question of, do you have to apply every year? So as long as you have qualified for work study the following year, you can return to the same position. However, you will go back to this work study system in order to accept the request from the supervisor, or you can search for a new opportunity through the federal work study employment system as long as you have qualified the following year. For non-work study positions, you will use primarily Handshake, as we've mentioned prior in our time together. So you'll go to hiremizzoutigers.com. Handshake is where most on-campus employers are going to post their opportunities. However, this is also a great site to get set up with now, even if you're not interested in working, because it's your opportunity to search for internships and look to see what career fairs are taking place on campus. And eventually you'll use this site for full-time employment searches also. So you'll set up a profile and you'll upload your resume for review to get started. We also received several questions about working in a medical environment in preparation for this webinar. So we wanted to provide some tips on that as well. We encourage you to go to the MU Healthcare website. to search for opportunities if you're interested in working on campus associated with the medical field. But you can also consider looking at positions in School of Medicine or School of Health professions. If you don't see an opportunity that's specifically at the hospitals or working within those different programs, you may want to consider looking at a non-medical position that would just help you enhance your skills to be beneficial in the medical field. So for example, looking at customer service opportunities, or even helping fellow students with their health and well-being, such as working at Mizzou Rec or the Wellness Resource Center. If you have interest in research, a lot of faculty members are often looking for the opportunity to hire students to assist with projects, and those opportunities are typically posted on the undergraduate research webpage. So if you are interested in working while at Mizzou, we are going to remind you of a few things to get prepared. So first is to set up a bank account for direct deposit. And the second is gaining access to original documents to avoid a delay in the hiring process. You can access information about what acceptable documents we accept here at Mizzou by going to the career.missouri.edu new to Mizzou page. In addition, after you're hired, you will receive a notification email from Human Resources when they are ready for you to attend new employee registration. And one important thing to remember is not to show up to new employee registration before you receive that notification from Human Resources. So many of the resources that we've provided today about student employment and work study are available in our opt-in course called Student Employment, Navigating Student Employment at Mizzou. And it is an opportunity for you to not only get these resources, but I often send announcements through that course as well if employers are actively hiring and need assistance fairly quickly. So it's a great resource to get connected with. If you are interested in working off campus, we wanted to make sure to provide you some information about that as well. Once again, Handshake is going to be your